And we are back. Pokemon Black 2, Hardcore Nuzlocke. The run continues. We've beaten two members of the Elite Four, and now we are working our way to the third member right here, right now. I've actually chosen Marshal, the fighting type, and we're going to run the Vaporeon, and we're going to see if we can ramp up with the Acid Armor and just max out our physical defense, and then just see if we can outlast the enemy team, basically. And then we have the rest of the team to pivot to. We have Rocky Helmet on the Crab here. See if we can get Marshal's Pokemon to hurt themselves. We have a Ghost type pivot in Geode, the Chandelure. We're going to have to watch out for Lapras, as all fighting type moves do hit for super effective, as well as Aria. The Crocodile. Durza is going to be our dark horse for this one with the Stab Acrobatics, but all of these Pokemon have rock type moves, so that flying type is going to be a little bit crippling. But I still feel pretty good about this. I think Vaporeon might just sweep, honestly, if we can get through this throw here. And the only issue with trying to ramp up against throw is the fact that he has Storm Throw, which is a move that always critical hits. So even if we stack up +4, +6 defense, Storm Throw is still going to do that damage, that full damage through the defense, if that makes sense. So I'm just a little bit nervous there. But if he doesn't have any bulk up procs to back that up, then I still think we would be fine. However, Vaporeon's physical defense is not great. So this might not work. This strategy might not work. But if it does, we're looking at a pretty clean sweep. And if it doesn't, we might just be on the back foot here. So Roaring against Throw, the Vaporeon comes down. And I mean, we're going to go first here. We're going to get that +2 defense. We only need 2 more turns to max it out. And Throw's going to go for the Rock Tomb. And now we are slower. But we do have the leftovers to kind of heal us back there. So Storm Throw is going to do, I think, about double, well, actually even more than double, since that hit us after the Acid Armor. So that's kind of the problem. And now he goes first. And look at that damage. Oh, it's not going to work. This isn't going to work now. And he goes first. So I have absolutely blundered. I was really hoping Storm Throw didn't do that much. But Vaporeon's physical defense is really bad. So we know we can tank one more. So we can either pivot straight into Chandelure or try to get some damage down. Oh, I think I completely screwed up the Vaporeon cheese. So I think we just get a Stab Surf. I think that's what we do. This already crits, so we know it's not going to do more than it did last time. So that's going to be a thing. And now the question is, does he go for a Storm Throw again is the question. I think maybe we pivot into Durza, get a Stab Acrobatics, and either that or the Crab. But I only have Dig that could hit neutral. But Dig with Rocky Helmet, I think, could be enough. But if it doesn't, that means Throw heals all that back, which is really unfortunate. Let's see. I think we go into Geode, snipe the Throw with a Psychic, and then we swap into Aria, tank. Yeah. Let's do this. Okay. Let's get Chandelure in there. Storm Throw is not going to hit. Now, if it pivots to a Rock Tomb, I'm so done. Okay, beautiful. We get the doesn't affect pivot, and now we're going to hit with a Stab Psychic. We should be faster. Beautiful stuff. Okay, let's completely recover from the Vaporeon flop. I love it when you set out with a complete ramp-up strategy, and it goes completely wrong, and the Conkeldurr comes down. I was expecting the Sock, but I just looked at one of my previous White 2 runs, and I do believe we've got this, because my Chandelure last time had 180 something special attack, and it left Conkeldurr at 1 HP with Psychic. So this time we have 195, and we have Psychic as well as a Psychic boosting item. So I think we've got this, and Chandelure is at full HP this time. Chandelure was hurting a little bit last time. So I'm pretty confident In a stab psychic, we are faster. In the Conqueror, if it holds on, it's going to have to land the Stone Edge, and honestly, we probably die. Oh my god, if it lands the Stone Edge. History repeats itself. Please don't kill my Chandelure. Please don't kill my Chandelure. Please don't. Thank you. And it goes for the bulk up. Thank the heavens, because if that landed a Stone Edge, I think we would have just died. Now the problem is that needs to be outside of heal range, and everything is fine. Everything is going fine. We get a fadeaway crit. Didn't need it, but we'll take it. And Geode's going to get the level up. Beautiful. But man, Conqueror ate that. I think the other Conqueror was even lower than that. I think that was like 3 or 4 HP. So now the problem with Sock is it has a rock slide and payback that it's going to be looking for. Payback could potentially do 200 if we go first. Rock slide potentially 150 and a flinch. So I think we die to a crit. But if it goes for a payback and we don't attack, we're fine. Now, I could go for 100% Confuse Ray, or what I'm thinking is we just pivot into the... it wouldn't use Rock Slide. Okay, so what I'm thinking is we pivot into the Crocodile since it's not going to use Brick Break against the Chandelier. So let's get the Intimidate down. Let's do that. So now Sock is -1 attack. The Rock Slide does come down, so it's going to do a little bit of damage. It's not very effective, though. And now I'm like pretty dang certain it's going to go for Brick Break since it stabs super effective. And since that is the case, I think we pivot either into Allegazia for a neutral Rocky Helmet chip or Durza. Okay, so I think we go Durza, eat the incoming Brick Break, and maybe even get a paralysis on this. Okay, there's the Brick Break. Don't do too much damage, please. Okay, and we don't get the paralysis, but now I think this is so okay. But now we go for the Volt Switch. We get our little chipmunk to safety, and it's probably going to go for Rock Slide again. So I think we go for Aria, and then just get one more Intimidate, and let's see what happens here. It shouldn't go for Brick Break. Payback comes down, so that's going to do really minute damage. And now I believe it's going to go for Brick Break again, if I'm not mistaken. It should not go for Rock Slide or Payback. So we should be fine here. The whole thing here was just pop sturdy, and we played around it. Really good stuff. And now we just need to be faster. I think we are. If not, we just need to not die. Okay, we have 2 Intimidates down, so no critical and we're fine. No critical and don't flinch. Don't flinch. Absolutely. Geode, you monster. Bring it in. That should absolutely kill from that range. We were just trying to play around the sturdy. And now the Mienshao, the final Pokemon, comes down. The moveset is U-turn, bounce, retaliate, and high jump kick. So there is no rock type move on the Mienshao. And that means it's probably going to go for bounce, which, would we die to a neutral bounce? I don't think we would. It's only 75 power, and we have 128 defense, so I think we're fine even if it crits. So I'm willing to stay in for a psychic, and bounce has a high chance of missing. So if I get crit and killed from bounce at that range, I am just going to be so baffled. Okay, but we do get paralyzed, which is brutal. The flame body comes down, which is huge. So if we don't get this psychic off, but we do, Geode's like, bro, who cares? I'm a Chandelier, come at me. And the Mienshao gets absolutely sniped. And that does it for the third member of the Elite Four. We are just going to bust down the door to the ghost types right here, right now. Let's do this thing. All right, it is now time to take on Shauntal and her 4 ghost type Pokemon. We're going to let the Flying Chipmunk lead the charge here. Going to try to keep our Pokemon as safe as possible. If we can clear this trainer without losing anybody, it's going to be a full-blown 6v6 against the champion herself. So here we go. Cofagrigus is going to be leading the charge for her, and we're going to try to just clear him without too many issues. It's going to be that Chandelure that is definitely the biggest hurdle, but we cannot underestimate Golurk or Drifblim. All four of these ghost type Pokemon are super strong in their own regard. So, I mean, most Pokemon in the Elite Four are very strong, but just I have lost quite a few Pokemon to her in all of my White 2 runs. So, I'm hoping, again, we can just learn from that and use that to our advantage here. We have two water type Pokemon, and they do very well against the Golurk and Chandelure, so just watch out for that. So here we go, right into the fight. Cofagrigus comes down against Durza, and we're just going to get the light screen. We're going to try to protect the team as much as possible. So the light screen comes down. Now all special attacks are cut in half, and the only one that really doesn't use special attacks is the Golurk. So I actually thought Cofagrigus was going to go for the Will-O-Wisp there, and I was wrong. So we eat a Shadow Ball, and now if Shadow Ball crits, I think we lose. I think we lose Durza, right? What's the numbers there? So if we take that to its natural conclusion, 35, we took 38 damage, which was halved, meaning normally about 80 damage, and then if 80 times 2, yeah, we're definitely dead to crit. We're definitely dead to crit, but honestly, does nobody wants to get crit by a Shadow Ball and its stab. So I think we just Volt Switch. We're going to try to utilize the light screen as much as possible, and our special defense on both Lapras and Vaporeon are beautiful. And I think that's what we're going to do. Roarin doesn't really care about its passive Mummy as well. Or it's, oh my god, the prediction. The absolute prediction. Thankfully that did no damage, but the Cofagrigus was about to slap a flying Chipmunk with a Grass Knot. That would have done nothing to the Chipmunk. Like, she knew that that was coming down the line. That was crazy. But anyways, we still have the light screen up. We're going to get the Shadow Balls, and we're just going to hope that we don't get crit through the screen, and that's not enough. It's not enough to kill the Coffin. On top of that, we get burned, and the burn is going to do more than the leftovers, and everything goes out the window as it does, and this is brutal. So by the time we clear the Coffin, I think Vaporeon's going to be hurting so badly. Thankfully, that did a good chunk of damage, so we should be able to clear it right here, right now. But the Will-O-Wisp, this Coffin's going to continue smiling even in the grave here, unfortunately. So that means Roarin's not going to be able to stay out here as long as we would have liked, and the light screen goes down. That means this Thunderbolt potentially coming down from the Drifblim is going to be super effective. It's not stab, but I am a little bit scared. I think we can tank it no problem since our special defense is so high. However, if the burn plus the Thunderbolt kills us, I'm going to be very disappointed. And if it crits, we definitely die. I'm willing to roll it. If this, we can't get paralyzed, which is nice. Please do not crit. Please do not crit. You can do this, Roarin. You absolutely can. You are a tanky evolution. Yes, you are. The Shadow Ball comes down, and this probably won't kill, unfortunately. This won't kill, and we can't stay in any longer. We're going to lose Roarin, and it's probably going to go for Thunderbolt, but since we're so low, it really can go for whatever it wants. And oh my gosh, I think Drifblim is really fast. What's the play here? What is the play here? Oh, it can't really. We dodge Psychic with Aria. We dodge Shadow Ball's not very effective. Thunderbolt, yeah. Actually, I think we go the Crocodile because we minus its attack for the acrobatics. Where we can't get hit by Psychic or Thunderbolt, so all it can do is use Shadow Ball. Just go for Thunderbolt or Psychic. Come on, you blimp. Go for Thunderbolt or Psychic. Yes, we get a perfect pivot. And now the only problem is we're going to take a good chunk of damage off of the crunch because of Drifblim's aftermath. But I think this is still worth it. I think it's still worth it. And we're faster than the blimp. This is beautiful. So we're going to take, I think it's a fourth of our HP is going to go away because of that passive. So that is fine. That's a pretty decent trade. Unfortunately, Vaporeon is out of the fight, and the Chandelure comes down. And oof, I think if we get touched by an energy ball, we die. Yeah, that special defense isn't going to be enough. We could roll it all on a super effective crunch. We could roll it all on a super effective crunch. It's 100% using Energy Ball. We could pivot into Durza, maybe go for a Volt Switch Cheese. And what would it use on Durza? It would probably use Shadow Ball, right? We can't swap into Lapras yet because I mean we could go Durza, try to get an energy, not an energy, a light screen up, but I think it would take too much damage on the way in. And honestly, Chandelure could probably snipe Durza, but if it hits it with Energy Ball, we'll be fine. Um, I'm pretty sure their Chandelure is going to be about as fast as ours, so Emolga definitely outspeeds. So we could get a Volt Switch Cheese, but then we don't know what it would use. It would go for Fire Blast, Shadow Ball, or Psychic, and then... But it wouldn't go for Energy Ball. So Lapras potentially could tank one of those with its high special defense. And then maybe we just do a Volt Switch into a Surf. Potentially. What would it use against Crustle? Would it use Shadow Ball? I'm just scared of throwing in my Chandelure because we will die to a Shadow Ball. I could throw in my Chandelure and then just risk it all for a Shadow Ball, Shadow Ball. Or I could, if we win the speed battle, we're one level up and we don't have a negative speed nature, I don't think. So we could risk it all there. It really just depends on Iris. It really just depends. I don't want to lose anybody, though. Is there any way around this? Wait. What am I saying? We have Stab Earthquake. But is Chandelure faster? I think our Crocodile is just a tiny bit faster than their Chandelure. And would not a Stab Earthquake finish off? Because that is so much damage. That is so much damage, but if it doesn't, we lose Aria. Are we willing to roll it? And I don't have a... I should have kept the Soft Sand. I should have kept the Soft... Okay, we've taken so much time here. We either roll the Earthquake, we do the Durza Cheese into a Volt Switch. I like the Volt Switch because it guarantees that Chandelure is going to die from that range. So I'm going all in. Please go Energy Ball, and then please do half damage against Durza. Come on, Chandelure. Oh my god, it went Fire Blast! Durza's dead. There's no way. There's absolutely no way. Are you serious? Are you serious? Oh my god, I cannot. I'm just gone, dude. I'm just gone. We lost Durza. We lost our Light Screen and Volt Switch combination, and now the Iris fight just got incredibly difficult, and we are slower than the Chandelure. Of course we are. We're a Lapras. We're gonna have to tank this. It can't crit, but it does get the burn. Holy moly. Lapras, can you just one shot? Please to God, just one shot. Oh my gosh. We lost our tiny little Molga. It went for a Fire Blast. Well, oh wait, and we're not... Is that it? Is that game? Oh my god, it's not even game. Golurk is still here. Golurk is still here. And now Lapras is in trouble. It's probably going to go for... Shadow Punch or Brick Break, probably, so we can't swap into you. Oh, goodness gracious me. Oh, but if it goes for Shadow Punch, we're absolutely... Oh, this is bad. This is bad news. I think we can swap into the Crab. It might go for Stab Earthquake, too, which is tough. So what I'm thinking is maybe go into the Crab, just in case it goes for Brick Break. Let's do that. But if it goes for Earthquake, we're in trouble. Maybe Shadow Punch. It's going to go for Earthquake. Okay, that's not what we wanted. But let's see how much damage. Whew, that is a lot of damage. Okay, so it might just go Earthquake again, and now I lost my Earthquake pivot because Emolga was my only flying type. So we can't use Dig, which is the only thing that's neutral, because if it uses Earthquake, we die underground. But I'm fairly confident it wouldn't use Brick Break. So I'm going to go for the Aria pivot minus the Golurk's attack and try to cheese the Brick Break on the next move. Thankfully, it goes for the Earthquake. Don't crit through that, though, please. Don't crit through. Don't crit. Okay. And, I mean, it might go Earthquake again. We could roll the Stab Crunch, but I'm terrified. So Actually, Brick Break's the same amount of damage as Earthquake, so it might just spam Earthquake again, which would be stab super effective against Geode. But since the Intimidate, I'm fairly certain our Shadow Ball can kill. Oh, but what if we lose? Oh god! Oh god! Oh god! Oh god! What would Golurk go for? Golurk would not go for Shadow Punch, but it could just roll Earthquake again. It could just roll Earthquake again, and we would be very close, just barely holding on. I can't lose Crocodile. Oh god. We are faster than the Golurk, though. I'm all in. I'm all on the Chandelier. Please use Brick Break. Please use Brick Break. If you use Earthquake, Geode, hold on, and then I just Shadow Ball for the win. Please, please, please don't use Earthquake. It used Earthquake. Please, God, don't kill. It's intimidated. Please, God, don't kill. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, you hold on, and now just click Shadow Ball. Just click Shadow Ball, run away, please kill. This is stab super effective with the spell tag I've tilted off the face of the earth. My Emolga is dead. I'm gonna have to bury it, and Golurk goes down. Holy crackerjacks, this is terrible. I'm going in 5v6 versus Iris. I have just spiraled out of control, and no, 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 no. All right, Iris, me and you for the win. Let's do it. As always, thank you so much for your time. I really do appreciate it, and I will catch you on the flip. Peace.